production and storage of centrifuges will last for up to 20 years. Finally, the U.S. estimates that the new measures take Iran from being able to assemble its first bomb within 2 to 3 months to at least 1 year from now. So my point about that is this. My question about that is this. It would seem to me that that there were not that many choices, and I actually wrote them down. It seemed to me that there were 3 choices. This deal or a deal like this that might be different, okay, but a deal would be the first choice. These are not in order of preference. These are just as they come to my mind. The second would be status quo, and status quo certainly looks like 2 to 3 months for Iran to have a bomb. And number 3 would be, unfortunately, some sort of war or aerial strikes or aggressive military action with Iran.
Right. What would be so terrible about 3?
I don't think we want to go. I don't think the American people want to go to war with Iran.
What are we talking about? War with Iran? The military strike on Iran is not going to precipitate full-out war. The idea that it is ridiculous. By the way, Netanyahu is currently speaking live, and we should probably...
Is it in English? If it's in English, let's go ahead and cue up Bibi Netanyahu. Sometimes...
His earlier address was in Hebrew, but I believe this one is in English.
All right, so let's listen to Bibi Netanyahu.
What Iran's President Rouhani said today. The international community is removing the sanctions, and Iran is keeping its nuclear program. By not dismantling Iran's nuclear program, in a decade, this deal will give an unreformed, unrepentant, and far richer terrorist regime the capacity to produce many nuclear bombs. In fact, an entire nuclear arsenal with the means to deliver it. What a stunning, historic mistake. Israel is not bound by this deal with Iran, and Israel is not bound by this deal with Iran because Iran continues to seek our destruction. We will always defend ourselves. Thank you.
Nothing in this deal changes one iota of Iran's international behavior. It doesn't change any of it. Okay, they're still holding American hostages in Iran currently, right? They are still pursuing terrorist acts across the region. Nothing has changed about their behavior. Nothing. The only thing that has happened
I don't think it's a perfect deal, my friend, but I do think it matters when, for example, they're not
perfect deal. What's the deal exactly? What do you think we got? What did we get?
Well, I articulated those items earlier. I'll repeat a few of them here as I complete the thought I endeavored to make here, which is that I think it's positive that Iranian centrifuges will be reduced by 2/3. I think most people agree that's a good thing.
Why does that make a difference?
Well, because...
What do you know about nuclear technology? Why does that make a difference?
I'm not a nuclear scientist, and you know that, so why would you ask me that?
The reason I'm asking you that is
but I know
you're saying it's a good thing.
But I know this.
Why do you know
a centrifuge is required to build a nuclear bomb.
That's right, and then they have many centrifuges.
Yeah, but I know. So I'm asking you, if they eliminate those by 2/3, if 66% of those go away...
They pledged to give us a unicorn. I guess that would be a wonderful thing, too. The question is, do you believe them, and what are the incentives for them to do so?
I'm saying to you that there is going to be a 24/7 IAEA presence there, so I'm asking
not
you...
there, at some
locations. I'm asking you...
There will not be there will be no snap inspections allowed. A snap inspection being like a surprise inspection. They have to call ahead of time and tell them that they're coming.
I'm asking you if this deal is effective. And that's an important... No, I'm asking you if the deal... This is not the question.
But that is the question. That's the only one that matters.
If the deal is effective, and Iran does reduce their centrifuges by 2/3, isn't that definitely a good thing? You can say that, right?
Sure, and it would have been wonderful if Adolf Hitler had abided by the terms of the Munich Agreement. And the whole question is not what's on the paper. The question is what Iran does about it and what our enforcement
mechanisms. How can we trust them to do something about it?
Okay, then why sign a deal with people who tweeted out literally within minutes of this deal going through? Rouhani, who's supposed to be this great moderate, he tweeted out, quote, "To our neighbors, do not be deceived by the propaganda of the warmongering Zionist regime. Iran and its power will translate into your power."
As we continue here on the